Hey y'all, it is March the 31st, 2018. I'm sitting here in the neighborhood, it's a Saturday morning, cleaning the truck out, just not rushing to do anything at all. Just enjoying the weather. If I had to guess, it's in the upper 70s, maybe the very low 80s, all right? And shout out to all those people out there who I know who got snow around them, dude. I can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine it, to be honest with you. But I hope y'all are having a great time enjoying yourself, right, on a Saturday morning. I wanted to take a second out to mention the video that I just posted up of a, a panda bear walking down the street and had a bunny sidekick. Now, I don't know if it was an AR or whatever. It was a big toy gun, right? And you're walking down the street, and absolutely nobody was running away in fear from these two children. Nobody was, and a lot of people, a lot of people might have been terrified by it. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, but it's kind of adorable. That's what it was. And I just wanted to talk about that real quick, just to let y'all know, because a lot of people live all over the world and all over the nation, and they don't really understand. They might want a taste of what happens here in Texas, and dude, I cannot blame you. All right, we're talking about freedom over here. We're talking about all sort of liberty. We're talking about getting up out of our business, and that's just what it is. Please get up out of our business. But I want to invite everybody from around the world, anybody and everybody, come and give this lifestyle a chance. As far as like guns, for example, guns are key here. All right. The other night, or actually last night, I had a gun in my hand, and it was a really nice gun and stuff like that. I still don't own a gun, but the thing is, I got to work a few weeks at this job that I got, in which what I'm saying, I'm not going to get into it, but understand guns are being made in this country, and it's not going to stop. All right. Here's the thing. It's not going to stop, especially here in Texas. Like I said, had a gun in my hand just last night. Dude I was hanging out with, he had a gun. He has a gun on his hip all the time. In no way at all did I feel scared by that. All right, he was actually drinking alcohol, and so was I. All right, and not a single kind of way was I scared by this. All right, a lot of people would be very scared. All right, I'm sorry about that, but Texas is a different place. It's altogether different. All right, and we're just hanging out, having a really good time, having a real good time. Nobody got out of hand. There was a gun in the area. Like I said, it was on his hip. He wasn't out there trying to intimidate anybody. He wasn't out there trying to, like, if you got into a bit of a debate or an argument, the instinct wasn't to pull out the gun and start shooting people. Right? That's not what takes place here. Right. And I want to emphasize that if you were to go down this block, although I don't really care for the neighborhood so much because people don't come outside as much as I would like, that's their own choice. They can stay inside if they want. I mean, technically it's getting hot. All right, I can understand that. You stay inside where it's air conditioned. All right, but if you were to walk around this neighborhood, if you will, goes in a little bit of a loop, and there's streets in between, and there's only one way in, one way out as far as the streets go. If you were to walk around this particular neighborhood, you'll see, it's not rare. You'll see all sort of signs, like this house will say, protected by a gun. You walk down a couple of houses down the street, it says, hey, don't you even come in here, dude, because we got guns. You go down that just a little bit farther and say, hey, guess what, dude? We're not asking questions. We're shooting you with guns. Don't come in here. Please don't come in here and get shot up. Basically. And then you'll see similar signs say, oh, we got a dog, dude. Beware of this dog because it'll bite your ass off, dude. Don't come here starting problems. Like, it's not that we're unfriendly. It's just that please don't come and start problems, please. Because we have guns and we're telling you about them. We're telling you we're not going to ask questions. We're going to shoot you and then ask the questions. All right? Meanwhile, if you're a friendly person, if I know you and everything like that, come in. You're welcome. Give you whatever you need and stuff, help you out however, we can. At the same time, if you're a person that we don't like, don't come around here and get shot up. right? And that is kind of the culture here in Texas, like especially here around my parts of Texas. It's not just this neighborhood. You go to the next neighborhood, you're gonna see the exact same. You go to the next neighborhood, you're gonna see the exact same. Like my cousin, for example, she lives downtown, and I went to her neighborhood recently. It's more downtown. It's more of a like an urban setting and everything. But you go every other couple houses. There's a sign that'll tell you, dude, you're gonna get shot up. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't do it. And that is what it is. The reason I explain it is because all sort of people have all these debates, and that's cool. I don't mind how you feel. If you have a differing opinion, God bless you. That's not a problem, right? But at the same time, you gotta understand it is complete. It's not my opinion. It's completely, totally, utterly impossible. You think you're gonna get rid of the? You think you can put in legislation, get rid of the guns? No, it's not gonna happen, dude. You don't understand anything, anything about Texas. You don't understand. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can make a million billion laws. You could keep writing laws continuously. All right, you can recruit all your friends and have them write different laws, and all of them be about guns until you have a stack that's about the size of the Bible, and it could all be about guns and how to ban them. You're not. That's never. It's never gonna happen here. It's just never gonna happen. We need to understand that. It's never ever gonna happen here. It's impossible. We got more guns than people here, and I'm not exaggerating. All right, so that's the thing about it. And I want us to dwell upon the fact is, before we get out of here, I want us to dwell upon the fact, and you know, one of the perfect examples is that David Hogg. I'm sorry, but there's Emma Gonzalez and there's this and that person. I don't remember their damn names. David Hogg. The reason I remember his name is because he's so incredibly annoying. All right. But it's just a typical playbook that they always go by, like, oh, we're not trying to ban your guns. We just want to ban this specific gun for no reason, all right? For no reason. I know, like, allegedly people got shot up, but still, you don't know who shot them up, and you don't even care to find out. The thing is, they want to ban this gun, and then they're going to want to ban this other gun. If there's another shooting, they're going to take that gun and ban that gun. That's what they're going to try to do. Meanwhile, the whole time it's always doublespeak. They're always like, you know, we don't want to ban your guns because we want to make legislation to make sure to ban your guns. All right? They're like, dude, all we want is cooperation. All right, let's all come to the table. Everybody who has differing ideas, let's come to the table. All right, and discuss how we can meet in the middle. All right? See, that's what a David Hogg. Let's concentrate on David Hogg. He's like, okay, let's all come to the table and figure out solutions. All right, we don't know who shot up the people in my school, but it doesn't matter. They shot him up with this particular gun. We want to ban that gun, and if we ban that gun, even though it's the smallest of fractions of people in this country even get shot up with that particular gun, I mean, the great overwhelming majority is people get shot up with handguns. All right, this is numbers. All right, they're saying, okay, you know, everybody, let's come to the table and let's just cooperate. At the same time, I'm going to call you a damn murderer. I'm going to say that you're a child murderer, quite literally, on the television. I'm going to say, everybody who you're affiliated with, they revel in the idea of murdering children. You understand? If you start to use that kind of rhetoric, nobody can meet you in the middle at that point. It's completely impossible. How are you going to come to the table with someone who's accused you personally and all your affiliations of literally reveling in the idea of children getting murdered? There is no meeting in the middle with that. You understand? And so it's always double speak, and that's what it is. That's what it is by design. They mean to do that. They mean to think that they can trick people into virtue signaling and showing people how they're dirty, disgusting people. And then they accuse you of not wanting to meet in the middle. And of course, David Hogg is never going to debate anybody, because if he did debate anybody, to include Alex Jones's son, Rex Jones, who's younger than David Hogg, if David Hogg ever had the nerve to debate Rex Jones, which he absolutely doesn't, a child that's younger than him, much younger, if he had the nerve, he would get absolutely destroyed in every single way by Rex Jones. In every possible way, he would get absolutely embarrassed in front of everybody by a Rex Jones. He knows it. I know it. Everybody knows it. All right. But I wanted to finish out on this note. You know, it's funny because you'll hear the rhetoric. I'm so disgusted by his rhetoric. I'm so very disgusted, but you'll hear it. I know you heard this one. Oh, these politicians like Marco Rubio, they're selling us out. They're selling us out for $1 and a nickel for every last student in Florida. And, you know, they just want to get reelected. And that's all they want. They just want to get reelected and take money and stuff from child murderers. And they, damn these fuckers. And I swear they can't even say nothing without cursing, dude. It's like, can you be a little bit more articulate? Do you have to curse and call everybody fuckers? Like, really? Honestly? And then say, oh, accuse them of not wanting to come to the table. Well, when you call them child murderers and absolute fuckheads, it's pretty obvious why they don't want to come to the table no more, David. It's pretty obvious. But even what you're saying, like, you can't say a sentence without contradicting yourself. They want to take money from the NRA. That makes them bad people and child murderers, right? All they want is to get reelected. Am I right? That's what David's saying. All they want is to get reelected. David, you absolute hog of a person. That is what your name is, right? All right. How in the world can these politicians get reelected, which is the words that you used? How could they get elected if everybody in the country disagrees with them? The only way you can get reelected is if people are voting for you. The majority of people in most instances. You understand that the NRA is comprised of millions of people who absolutely disagree with you, David. How are the politicians going to get reelected unless people are agreeing with them, David? Right? What you're doing is you're calling basically over half the country child murderers, David. You can't debate anybody because you don't have a point. You're not concerned with the safety of people. Like, for example, how many countless lives of women and children are saved every year in this country by simply having a gun on them, and maybe a point where, like, maybe they were going to get raped or kidnapped or something like this. How many women and children are saved every single year? Their lives are being saved simply by having access to guns. How many? I couldn't tell you, but it's way, way, way more. It's so much more. It's exponentially more than the amount of people who actually get killed maliciously by guns. All right, so David Hogg, you obviously do not care about any of these people. In fact, you're willing to throw away the lives of all these people because of your silly, contradictive rhetoric. All right, and there's people who want to stand up for you, and then people want to say, oh yeah, we're bullying you. Actually, you need to shut your mouth because you're a small child and you don't know anything, dude. You don't know anything. You think Donald Trump is a Hitler, right? You think Donald Trump's a Hitler, and you want to give him all the guns, which is exactly what they did with Hitler before the Holocaust and stuff. Nothing you say makes sense, right? And you're talking some fantasy land gibberish if you think that Texans are ever going to buy into your fantasy land rhetoric, dude. All right, that is what it is. Anyways, I hope everybody has a beautiful Saturday morning and stuff. I gotta get back to cleaning this truck. And I'll holler at y'all later. It's March the 31st, 2018.